Hello and welcome back to No BS. Today we return to talking about the terrible crime wave and the bad things that are happening in Chicago, Illinois. That's a big major city here in the United States, and it's one of many that's been ruined by terrible Democratic leadership. They've been governed, or should I say, they've been ruled upon by Democrats for many decades, much like how they've ruined California and New York. So too has Chicago and Illinois gone extremely downhill. Currently, the mayor is Lori Lightfoot, and she's a very hypocritical mayor who tells people to lock down and wear masks, and then at the same time she goes out and celebrates in crowds of people and doesn't wear a mask herself. And in addition, she's really not helping with the crime problems there. In fact, she's been becoming parts of movements like defunding the police, so they actually are moving to remove cops when the problem in their city is certainly rising. That's what we're talking about today. Today we're going to talk about how thousands of people have been shot and killed in Chicago this year. The official numbers are starting to come out as the year wraps up. We know what happened in the first 11 months, and many people have died, and it's because the city is struggling. The leadership won't take action. They're afraid to arrest minorities because they support all this BLM stuff. They're releasing criminals from these riots and other bad things. They've basically emboldened the bad guys. The bad guys know they have free reign in a place like Chicago. It's kind of like the wild west almost, and that's what's scary. That's what sucks. Chicago used to be a nice place. It has great places around it. I'm actually from the same state, but a much different part of it. I'm from Southern Illinois, which is far away from Chicago. I've only been there a couple times in my life, but the point is Chicago's been going downhill. We're going to talk about why. We're going to go over some of the numbers in the news real soon, but first, let's take a quick moment to check out our sponsor. The fear of going days without power is the exact reason why I have the Fighter Flare flashlight. This is a professional grade tactical ultra bright flashlight. It's entirely solar powered too, so I never have to worry about batteries dying when I need it the most, and I don't have to worry about plugging it into my wall to charge it, even though that is an option too. Yes, the Fighter Flare flashlight also comes with a life-saving emergency strobe light setting, along with 4 other unique life-saving modes. This flashlight can also be seen from over 500 meters away because it comes with 800 lumens, which makes it a great self-defense tool as well because it can blind any attacker. So make sure you get your Fighter Flare flashlight today at fighterflare.com or click the link in the description below this video. Great, now that that's out of the way, let's turn to this tweet. It's from Kat. It says, "This is sad and outrageous at the same time. Over 3,800 people shot in Chicago during first 11 months of 2020. Now, that's a lot of people injured by gunfire. I don't know how many of these people actually died or if that's just the shootings, but that's a bad sign. That's scary. That's a number that should worry people. People should be looking to Chicago and saying, hey, what's going on? Why do we have such bad stuff going on here? Why can't the cops get a handle on this? What is the issue? Someone needs to investigate because Chicago's not doing well. This is not a place that you would look to and say, hey, they're doing a great job. We should look up to them. It's like, no, this is one of the worst places in the world right now. Their crime and murder rates have been steadily going up. And the mayor, Lori Lightfoot, the Democrat in charge, is certainly partially, at least somewhat to blame. Data shows more than 3,800 were shot January 1st, 2020 through December 1st in Mayor Lori Lightfoot's Chicago. The Chicago Tribune reports the precise figure to 3,862, and that includes shooting victims who survived their wounds as well as those who died from their injuries. A second table of data from the Tribune focused solely on fatalities shows that 715 were killed between January and December. The Tribune data comes one day after Breitbart reported 12 people were shot on Monday, November 30th, 2020 alone. One of those shooting victims succumbed to his injuries. So that's a big part of the story. That's really scary, and we should all be worried. We should all be trying to help Chicago, thinking of ways to fix this, thinking of ways to save the city. I would say the first thing to do is to impeach this mayor, get a new leader in there, get someone with some more law and order, call in the National Guard or something. I mean, I don't want like tanks brought in. We're not saying to turn it into a police state, but there's definitely something that needs to be done. Someone needs to do some investigations, find out where these criminals are, like stop their enterprises, stop their gangs and their affiliations, and just stop letting this happen. And Monday followed a weekend during which 28 were shot, 7 fatally, and 50 people were shot the previous weekend, with 5 of those shooting victims succumbing to their wounds. So this is from an award-winning Second Amendment columnist at Breitbart. Looks like people are commenting already. Where are they getting all the ammo? I could never find any these days. Looks like the burn, loot, murder movement isn't cleaning up the problem they started. So there's an attack there on BLM. Yeah, you just kind of wonder, this is a place, this is a big place for BLM. The leaders and the Democrats there are all about it. But at the same time, crime is on the rise. BLM is about stopping the police, defunding them, calling them racist, saying that everything that's wrong that's happened to black people is because of white people and police. So they're basically making this happen, and it's really sad. It really sucks. It's scary to see a place like Chicago go downhill, because you expect this from the coastal cities, you expect this from New York and California, but to see it happen in the middle of our country too. Chicago is right at the heart of the Midwest, and it's going that way. It seems like a lot of America is going down the woke rabbit hole, and you just got to ask yourself, it's because there's reasons for this within the Democratic platform. I mean, we're not making this stuff up. It's straight up. They tell you straight to their face. They say all cops are racist, all cops are B words. They think they're all bad people, essentially. And then from there, that propaganda gets pushed by the media, by the news, by big tech. It's on the internet, it's on the TV, it's everywhere. It's in your movies and TV shows. Cops are bad. When they arrest people, it's because of racism. So this is the kind of thing, this is the kind of thinking that snowballs and gets these places to be more crime ridden. You go to a place like that shows the people aren't supporting the cops. The cops don't have a mandate. They don't have the people supporting them. So they're not going to want to stop the crime. They're not going to want to risk their lives. Like, how could you want to be a cop in Chicago right now? They don't have the backup of their mayor, of their city. The whole propaganda push is going against them. So that's why cops are leaving their posts at record rates. I mean, God bless them for trying. Anyone that signs up to be a cop is putting their life on the line. Doesn't mean they're a hero or a great person, but they're definitely getting into the line of fire voluntarily. And what happens is these places, this has happened in Atlanta too, and other cities where they have Democratic strongholds, their policies, their propaganda goes against the cops. So then the cops are more endangered. They're more of a target because the people hate them. And then the criminals feel emboldened. So they're doing more crimes because they don't think the cops are going to have the courage to stop them. And sometimes they don't. It's not even about being cowardly, though. It's just like, why would you risk your life for these people who hate you? Why would you want to stop crime and save this city when they're all just going to call you a racist afterwards? I mean, this is like reminding me of Vietnam War, when the soldiers come back and then all the hippie protesters are attacking them, saying they're terrible. It's like super messed up. Like, if you don't have the people behind you, like these Democrats are brainwashing everyone to be against the cops, then the cops don't function, then the criminals are emboldened, and then you get places like Chicago. That's what's really going on here. It's a big kind of bad situation that's snowballed. And yeah, like this comment says, BLM is definitely part of it. It's part of the wing of the Democrats and their propaganda. Eric Holder found a new sideline. So there's a lot of comments, a lot of chatter here. People are interested. Excellent data. I have the monograph and it speaks unpleasant truths. So people are seeing the evidence and the truth. And these numbers, I mean, we're not making them up. You can't really deny that these people are getting shot and killed. They're all recorded, all the hospital reports, all the police reports. It's all down there. People want to deny this is happening. They'll want to blame it on racism too. Somehow the left will find a way to kind of like blame this on the right. They'll say conservatives caused this or something, when really we're the ones trying to fix the cities, trying to put this country back together, trying to keep us a safe place like we used to be. Make America great again. That's Trump's motto. And that's what we're going to go for here too. We're about keeping everyone safe, law and order, not about attacking the police. They're our heroes. They're trying to help us. You don't attack a firefighter and blame your house burning up on him. It's like, no, it's because you left something in the oven for too long and it started a fire. It's your fault. Just like how if a criminal commits a crime, it's not the cop's fault for arresting them. It's the crime's fault. It's the person who didn't obey the law. It's the person doing these bad illegal things. And that's why they need to get punished. That's why we need to get more law and order, more sane people in charge in these big cities like Chicago, like Los Angeles, like San Francisco, Atlanta, and New York. They're getting overrun by crime, and it's only going to get worse under these Dems. So with that said, that about wraps things up. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure you comment your thoughts on everything below. What do you think about Chicago? What do you think about this report? These devastatingly bad numbers of crimes related to firearms. Bad things are happening in Chicago. Tell me what you think, if you think it's going to get better anytime soon. Also, hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you're new. And if you have a chance, consider supporting this show on Patreon. We recently got got demonetized totally and fully. We're not making money anymore on YouTube. So the only way this show could keep going into the future, into 2021, is if we get some more people to hop on the Patreon. It only costs starting at $1 a month, and it doesn't mean much to you, but it means the world to me and my family as well. So thanks again for watching. See you on the next video.